Have you ever wondered why, despite all your efforts, things just don't seem to fall into place? Have you felt like the universe is testing your patience, or as if you're stuck in a never-ending cycle? I know how it feels to be lost, as if the answers are always just out of reach. But what if I told you that everything you've been through so far was part of a greater plan? And what if this pain, this feeling of being on the sidelines, was exactly what you needed to become the person you were born to be? The truth is simple. You were chosen for something much greater than you can imagine. And the good news is that this divine revelation is about to happen. What you think is the end is actually just the beginning. You no longer need to live in the dark, hoping that things will improve by chance. Now is the time to take the reins of your life, to step forward with confidence and courage. What lies ahead of you is something transformational, and it's waiting for you to begin. This is not just an external change, it's a spiritual revolution, one that will take you to a level of clarity, abundance, and peace you never thought possible. Are you ready to discover your true power? To live the life you've always known you deserved? Then stay with me, because the divine revelation you've been waiting for is about to begin. There are moments when the aura begins to vibrate in a different way, as if the parallel universe is whispering in your ear, "Now is your time." When a person perceives this subtle dance between desire and having, they understand that spiritual awakening is already in progress. It's not magic, it's quantum physics in action. It's consciousness expanding the space-time of life itself. Those who feel this, for example, can intensify practices such as meditation and mindfulness to anchor this new alternative reality that is emerging in their energetic field. This spiritual transformation is not a random event, but a response to every prayer, every positive thought, sent with faith to the universe. God, the great master of the light of existence, plants these signs with mastery to guide each soul toward their spiritual growth. True spirituality doesn't reside in "I want to be," but in "I am." A powerful tip? Write a letter today as if your biggest dreams were already a reality. This is a classic law of attraction exercise to strengthen the process of conscious manifestation. On the spiritual journey, learning to vibrate in the state of fulfillment is like tuning into the eye of the oracle that exists within every being. When a person lets go of desperate wanting and enters the mode of gratitude and certainty, the alternative, wiser, and more fulfilled self begins to emerge. It's like changing radio stations, leaving the static of fear and tuning into the melody of life's purpose. And so, without realizing it, they position themselves for the great revelations that come next. Every battle, no matter how hard it was, has sculpted in you a strength that most cannot even imagine possessing. It's as if the parallel universe prepared a secret training ground where every challenge honed your spiritual awakening. Those who now understand quantum physics know that nothing happens by chance. Every pain shapes consciousness for something greater. Practicing mindfulness during difficult moments, such as during a financial crisis or a broken relationship, is a practical way to transform trials into portals of personal growth. Now, with the veil being lifted, that almost magical feeling begins to emerge. Something more is waiting just ahead with the next step. It's the eye of the oracle opening to reveal that every mistake, every loss, and even every failure was actually spiritual training. At this moment, it's crucial to meditate with the intention of clarifying your life's purpose. A simple practice would be to dedicate 10 minutes a day to visualize your best version living your mission, aligned with the law of insights that govern manifestation. The person who begins to see behind the veil understands that their life wasn't a series of random events, but a divine script leading to enlightenment. The aura shines differently, as if each cell remembers that there is an alternative, full and prosperous self ready to emerge. And it's not just about big signs. Sometimes a random conversation or a seemingly ordinary book, like The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, can carry the trigger for this accelerated spiritual growth. And the most amazing part is, this is just the beginning. From the first breath of life, your aura has already carried the seeds of a grand purpose, even though it wasn't always visible. The twists and turns, those unexpected losses and significant encounters, all of it was aligned by the parallel universe to strengthen your spiritual growth. Nothing was lost. Every tear was watered by the divine light so that your consciousness could expand, even when the world seemed to be falling apart. Those who realize this understand that the spiritual journey is like polishing a diamond. It requires pressure, friction, and patience. The divine choice doesn't come with an instruction manual. It comes with experiences. Real personal growth is forged in the fire of uncertainties, and every adversity was a veiled invitation to self-improvement. How about taking a moment now to reflect on this? Write in a journal 3 difficult situations that at the time seemed unfair, but that today you see shaped your character. This simple mindfulness exercise helps strengthen conscious manifestation and fine-tune your radar with the law of attraction. It's time to recognize you are not a product of chance, but of the higher consciousness that designed a detailed plan for your enlightenment. The eye of the oracle that resides in you already knew, even before the falls, doubts, and stumbles, that every step was sacred. The alternative reality that awaits you is not something you will conquer. It's something that is already yours and is being unlocked. And speaking of unlocking, something even greater is about to happen. There is a point on the spiritual journey where a person's energy begins to vibrate so strongly that the parallel universe simply can no longer ignore it. In just a few days, 7 to be more precise, what seemed impossible begins to unfold like magic, aligned with quantum physics. It's as if the alternative reality starts to open up, revealing paths, opportunities, and encounters that once seemed unreachable. For those who want to prepare, I recommend practicing daily creative visualization and meditation, focused on energy unlocking, using, for example, conscious breathing techniques to enhance focus and manifestation. This energetic movement does not happen because you deserve more than others, but because your aura has entered resonance with the divine plan. It's like a river that, after a long drought, begins to overflow with life again, bringing fertility and new dreams to be cultivated. Activating mindfulness during these 7 days will be crucial. Observe small signs, an unexpected conversation, a repeated number, a good feeling without reason, because these are life's pieces of advice sent directly by spirituality to guide you on the new path. Whether in finances, relationships, or health, fluidity will settle where there was once stagnation. A practical tip? Set aside a notebook and record day by day any sign of change, no matter how small. This practice strengthens your awareness and faith in the eye of the oracle that resides within you, and it also amplifies your positive manifestation potential. After all, when the impossible starts to give way, it's a sign that true spiritual transformation is knocking at your door, and a new type of courage will be needed to welcome it. Every challenge you faced was not an obstacle, but a spiritual preparation in disguise. At times, it may have seemed like life was testing you, but the truth is that these difficult moments were there to strengthen your aura and expand your consciousness. Every open wound on the journey was an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become wiser. The parallel universe does not punish, it teaches, and quantum physics shows us that often falls prepare us for higher leaps. If you didn't let yourself break, it's because the essence of who you are is stronger than any storm. The time has come to leave behind the fear and insecurities that held you back. When you realize that you were forged by these experiences, the power of self-improvement and self-confidence becomes clear. Think of a situation where you once doubted yourself, but today you know you could handle it differently. That's growth. By recognizing this inner strength, you will be ready to embrace the call that has always been waiting for you, full of light and life purpose. It's time to become the master of your own spiritual journey. The transition from a state of fear to a state of courage is, in fact, an awakening of the unexplored potential that resides within each person. A practical tip for this new step is to begin writing your intentions as affirmations in the present tense. By declaring to the universe clearly and with gratitude your goals and objectives as already accomplished, you will open the way for the divine plan to materialize. When you allow yourself to trust the process, when you give yourself permission to live without fear, the impossible starts to become possible. And this courage will be the key to even deeper revelations. When transformation begins, it's not just the material world that starts to change. It's your very essence that is elevated. Your consciousness, now expanded, begins to perceive the signs of the parallel universe that were once unnoticed. Clarity arrives like a gentle breeze, revealing a clear path aligned with your true life purpose. At this point in the spiritual journey, it's important to understand that abundance and peace are not something to be conquered, but something that already resides within you. All you need to do is access this space within your own soul. How? By practicing daily meditation, focusing on self-knowledge and connection with your divine essence. This higher level of consciousness is what the ancients called enlightenment, the moment when you recognize that the whole is within you and you are in the whole. By understanding that everything is interconnected, your perception of relationships, health, finances, and success transforms. What once seemed complicated and distant now reveals itself as something simple and possible. A great exercise here would be to practice mindfulness every day, observing the small victories and gratitude in the manifestation process. This simple habit aligns your vibrational field with positivity and the law of attraction, drawing more abundance. As you rise to this new level of consciousness, peace settles naturally. It's not a state of calm, but a deep alignment with your divine mission. It's a peace that comes from trusting the process, from knowing that you are not alone on your spiritual journey. God, in His infinite wisdom, is always by your side, guiding every step. As an example, try declaring every day for a week, "I am the peace, abundance, and light that the universe offers me." This creates a powerful energy field that attracts what is rightfully yours. As your transformation progresses, you will begin to encounter the deepest truth about who you really are. Your true divine identity, which has always been there, hidden by layers of insecurity and false beliefs, will finally start to reveal itself. What once seemed like a limitation, whether in health, finances, or relationships, will begin to dissolve like mist in the light of your expanded consciousness. When this happens, you understand that your life was not a coincidence, but a series of signs that guided you here. To help with this process, practice meditation focusing on visualizing the highest version of yourself as if you were meeting your future self, fully realized. It's as if, upon awakening to your true nature, you begin to realize that everything you've been through, the ups and downs, the challenges and victories, was necessary for you to arrive at this point of revelation. The lie you once believed about yourself, that you were small or insufficient, starts to crumble. The life purpose that once seemed distant and unattainable now becomes clear, and you feel in every cell that you are part of something much greater. To deepen this understanding, write down all the qualities you admire in other people, for these qualities are already within you, just waiting to be recognized. This process of discovery is not something that happens all at once, but gradually and deeply. The parallel universe begins to show, more and more, its unique role within God's greater plan. By realizing this, your connection with the divine strengthens, and the tools of the law of attraction begin to work in an even more powerful way. You start aligning with your true essence, that radiant being full of potential, which has always been your true nature. And this alignment is the key to creating a full life with purpose, abundance, and peace. The time to wait has passed. You've had enough time to reflect, to learn, and to prepare. Now, true transformation begins. What you were waiting to achieve is already within your reach, but it's necessary to make the decision to act. No more postponing or waiting for a perfect moment, because that moment is now. The parallel universe has always been aligned with your desires, but it's your focus and action that will materialize what you've always dreamed of. Leave fear behind, because courageous action is what unlocks abundance. For example, if you feel ready to start a new project, take the first step. Even if it's small, it will already create the wave needed for change. Forgiving is one of the greatest acts of liberation you can make. When you allow yourself to forgive yourself and others, you dissolve the chains of the past that bind you to a version of yourself that no longer exists. This forgiveness is not for others. It's for you, for your inner peace, and for your spiritual progress. Start with small steps of forgiveness. Write a letter that you don't need to send to someone you still carry in your heart, releasing everything that has been left behind. This simple act, accompanied by a prayer or meditation, can open doors to a new level of emotional and spiritual freedom. The invitation to this new chapter is clear and direct. It's time to live fully aligned with your divine heritage. This means living with abundance, love, and peace as you have always deserved. By freeing yourself from the past and beginning to act according to your true nature, life begins to flow in wonderful and unexpected ways. In this moment of action, where forgiveness and liberation are essential, the law of attraction begins to work in your favor more intensely. And with this, what once seemed distant, full happiness, healthy relationships, success, and vibrant health, begins to materialize in your reality. Now that you know you've been chosen and the divine revelation is about to happen, I ask, are you ready to act? Are you willing to leave behind everything that has limited you until now and live the full life you deserve? It's no longer time to wait or doubt yourself. The moment of transformation is here, and it's time to use all the tools you have at your disposal: meditation, forgiveness, courage, and of course, action. If you want to manifest your dreams, create abundance, and achieve the success you've always wanted, don't wait any longer. The universe is conspiring in your favor, and the key is in your hands. So, what will you do with this? Will you allow yourself to live fully and embrace your true essence? What lies ahead is a world of incredible possibilities. Don't miss the opportunity to be the best version of yourself. If you want to continue on this journey of self-knowledge, alignment, and success, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. Don't miss the next step in this wonderful transformation. I will be here to guide you on this amazing journey toward your true divine mission.